Been playing this games like 12 something, no matter if it was cruel or creative. Player with the ball running, got draft class, so that road to glory. Always love to export the story. Old dynasty with new money. Trying to expand some. Air raid where the run at. 4-2 got the box stack. Got 5 on it like my D-back. Hurricane coming with a heat at.
For College Football 25, we're going to be going with Coach Dom Adrian, who has arguably been the best quarterback coach in college football over the past decade. A longtime assistant to Coach Ty David, he has been his right-hand man at UTEP and Miami since 2013. UTEP became a top 20 offense in his second year. Miami will go on to win 3 national championships and 6 ACC championships, and its offense ranked in the top 20 in 7 of the past 9 seasons, including 2 seasons as the #1 offense in the country. Fast forward to present day, Coach Dom Adrian has been offered a Power 4 job and an opportunity he just couldn't refuse. He had previously received offers from some smaller schools, but it never made sense to leave the success at Miami just for a title. Now with the full support of the Washington administration behind him, it's time to bring his innovative offense to the team that just played in the college football playoff title game. Obviously, a lot to unpack, but Coach Dom deserves this opportunity. First thing I need to do, though, is go sign that contract. And make sure the boys can't finesse me and run off with that raise he's about to receive. Because, boy, he about to get paid. Now, one thing I'm doing different with this dynasty is we're going to be playing everything in terms of all the moves I make, recruiting and stuff-wise. In games, everything's going to be live. In order to be successful in college football, you've got to recruit. So I'm going to go build my recruiting board, and I need to focus on it, so you're not going to hear me say much while I add these prospects to the list or the board. And then for the last 10, I want to go to my pipeline states. That way they're well represented, which is the Dallas area, North Texas. I'm also going to only go after greens. Like, if they don't want us, like, I need 2 more prospects. I'm not about to beg them. Hell no. We just came off of playing for the national championship. I should be able to get anyone that I want. For sure not about to beg nobody. I thought about making Kansas his pipeline, but in real life, his pipeline is Dallas. And this game's a little bit different, so I can actually go in and recruit, and I probably will. I'm just not going to show y'all that. No one wants to see all that. Let's look at the schedule. So I'll probably play this game first, the Apple Cup. And then, other than that, I'll probably get through just that this year. I normally can play 2 games a year, but I don't see the point, especially if it's not my team and my guys yet. One thing I will do, though, is I'm going to go and upgrade his coaching abilities right away. Obviously, recruiting is the main thing that we're focused on. So, yeah, we just spent 5 coins, points, or whatever the heck that gold thing is up there on recruiting. And then now we're going to go look at our depth chart. There's no point to look at the roster. I thought about it, but there's literally no point. Will Rogers is going to be our starting quarterback. Jonah Coleman is going to be our starting running back. Ryan Otten, our starting fullback / tight end, I guess, H-back. Jeremiah Hunter is going to be one of our starting receivers. Denzel Boston, Giles Jackson, and then if we're going 4 receiver sets, Rashid Williams. But then if we're going 3 receiver sets and then a tight end, Quentin Moore is going to be one of our starting offensive weapons. And what I was saying is I'm not going to go look at the roster. I'm not going to go look at red shirts because in all reality, I would love for these dudes to get the hell up out of here as soon as possible. So there's no point to redshirt anyone, especially since they're not my guys. So what I'm going to go do right now is get into that recruiting stuff, and then we'll meet back here before we start the season. I just finished setting up my recruiting board and offering my first few prospects. So we are ready to start the season. I wonder if these are the things that will, it's what's going to affect the players already on the roster. Man, y'all boys can all leave. So it don't bother me. We're here at week 0. I got to go recruit, so I'll be right back. We have our week 0 recruiting done, so the next time you will see us is that Apple Cup game. We're here at the Apple Cup, and this is one of the main reasons I changed my approach, so you can see me play these games live, just as you would have seen if I was playing College Football 25 Road to Glory or Madden 25 Superstar Mode. Interestingly enough, though, this is not Coach Dom Adrian's first game coaching the University of Washington, but this is the first time you are going to see him coach the program. A little bit more about Coach Dom Adrian. He's had 5 NFL quarterbacks and 3 Heisman winners. He coached Jamil Showers at UTEP, who finished top 5 in Heisman voting in his senior year. Preston Dewey, who was a first-round pick. Kevin Olsen, who was a good quarterback for the University of Miami before he got injured. Chris Anderson, who was a first-round pick and a Heisman winner. Ty David Jr., who was a first-round pick. Terry David, who was a first-round pick and a Heisman winner. Eric Griffin, who was a first-round pick. And then Tommy Matthews, who was a Heisman winner. What I'm going to do, though, is play all offense. Because, again, he's a generational quarterback developer. He's a good recruiter. He's a good play caller. But one thing he's going to do is coach them quarterbacks. And then the crazy thing about him being a good play caller, right? We're going to be going with the Georgia offense. So normally, like in NCAA 14, I had a plan where I would run the ball the first 2 plays and then throw a screen the third play and then take my downfield shots. Here, I'm just going to go with whatever the coach suggests because I actually don't know what their offense looks like. Obviously, I've seen Georgia play over the years because who didn't see them blow the doors off of TCU? But actually me executing their plays, I have no idea. I'm going to just go with the short passes, especially since I got a veteran quarterback in Will Rogers who's played a lot of games. I believe he played for Mississippi State before he came here to Washington. So I think he has a good idea of how to run an offense. I just need to find ways to get this ball out quick. And we're in the rain, so I should be able to hit that receiver right here that's going across the middle. Big time catch. That is a big time catch. And then one of the things I did want to talk about is the way how NCAA 14 was set up. Coach Dom had to be the quarterback coach. He couldn't be the offensive coordinator because they were recycling coaches in that game. They gave me Dabo Sweeney as my OC when I took the job in Miami. So he was the OC for the first 3 years. And then I got Jim Harden for a year. And then Al Borges was the OC for the next 4 years that we played NCAA 14. So it was a weird situation. I think it's good, though, for him to be a coordinator obviously, but the way how the game was set up, he had to be a position coach, and his position won 3 Heisman's. So, in all reality, when you think about people getting opportunities, if you get, first of all, 5 NFL quarterbacks, but then you get 3 Heisman's, at some point in the hiring cycle, your name does come up, especially when everyone knows quarterback is the most important position on any football team. And you saw with how I set up my recruiting board and how I did my recruiting, I went and got me some quarterbacks to recruit. Because I was about to say I went and got me some quarterbacks, but I actually didn't get anything yet. We're only in like week 3. I just got me a touchdown though. So that's another thing. Washington has had some good quarterbacks in their past. Right now, the first person that comes to mind is Jake Locker. Other than him, I think Brock Hewer. I'm about to go look it up real quick. More options. I'm going to simulate. So let's jump ahead to the next quarter. So this would be jumping ahead to the second. And then let's jump ahead. This will be jumping ahead to the third. And then let's jump ahead again. This should be jumping ahead to the fourth. So right now it looks like we're beating the shit out of them. Actually, so let me just play one more drive. So yeah, I thought about Jake Locker, but they've had Jake Browning. They've had Michael Penix. I forgot about him going to Washington. Obviously, that was the most recent. They had both the Heward brothers. They had Tuiasopo, Isaiah Stanback, Mark Brunell, Warren Moon. Oh, I'm tripping. I forgot all about him. They had Jacob Eason. So yeah, Washington for sure has some tradition when it comes to the quarterback position. Shit, get the ball away. Just throw that shit away. Oh, no way. Oh, he juked back into getting tackled. No way. He could have got up out of there if I didn't juke backwards. Now, crazy enough, though, if you look at both of these teams, I'm actually let the clock run a little bit. But both of these universities have had good quarterbacks because if you look at it, I'm going to let it get down to within 10 seconds. Washington State has had Drew Bledsoe, Ryan Leaf, Connor Halliday, Luke Falk, Gardner Minshew, and then most recently they had Cam Ward. So they've had a little, I don't know, thing going on in the state of Washington where they've had some really good quarterbacks. I think Pac-12 has something to do with it. I mean, I think Big 12 as well. I should have let that clock run, but I don't really care. Because we should be running a hurry-up type offense, actually, but yeah, I don't care. I'm going to score real quick and put this game out of reach. That's really what I'm trying to do. Hopefully I don't turn the ball over, though, because my bright ideas don't always be bright. I'm going to just take the sack. Oh, no way he fumbled that shit. Come on, bro. I'm going to just take the sack because if I try to throw some bullshit, it might go any which way and bounce into 5 people's hands that don't need the ball in their hands. So that's why I just took the sack. And now it's 3rd and 10. It would kind of suck to not score in this situation, but I'm also not an idiot. So like right here, that's a pick. That's for sure a pick. I got lucky. So I have a choice to make, right? I'm not about to go for this. And so what I'll do is I'm going to jump ahead. I'm going to go change of possession. And then now I am going to play all offense. Yeah, I got to score me one more. I got to have a good last little drive. Okay, 124. Not really much they can do. I could just run the clock out, which is why I probably should have just ended the game. But I do want to try to see if I can score. Let's go the opposite way. Because you know how that's worked for me with this game. Well, not, was it not? No. How that works for me with Madden. Call it one way and then go the opposite way. Like I said, I'm like a fish out of water right now because normally I have my little routine Obviously, they're going to call timeouts and stuff to try to preserve the clock. But if we do things the right way, like I don't want to run too much inside zone. But this looks like the only thing they want to allow me to do. I don't like inside zone because you're literally running into the trash. The only good thing about inside zone, though, is if you do find a crease and you hit it, you're going to be going 100 miles per hour north and south. I was about to say, no way we didn't just score that. Do I want to score it quick and just end the game, though? Because this is what I did wrong. I tried to run diagonal. And the reason why I tried to run diagonal is because I wanted to score. And I didn't. Somehow he had the drop on me, man. Just like the drug game. Nigga had the drop on me. He had the angle on me. Not this time. Not this time. So we got another touchdown here. This time it's the running back flexing. That's like the number one celebration I realized in this game. But we're going to get the win. Not pretty. Because we win by what should be 2 scores. Am I going to go for 2? Nah, I'm cool. I don't be doing too much extra point shit. I'll be honest with you. Especially if I don't have to. I'm not about to kick the field goal. I'm not about to do none of that. So, more options. We're going to jump ahead, and we're going to jump ahead to end of game. I'm not about to sit here and fuck around at all and do anything that has to do with me kicking field goals and shit. I'm cool on that. I do want to see what the numbers were for these guys, though. Will Rogers, only 120 yards, that's it? Damn. I feel like we could have did a little bit more than that, but I guess not. I mean, hey, you ain't going to get too much from me. I really don't give a shit. I'm ready to get up out of here. Nice little touchdown here to the tight end. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, we beat our rival. You know what I'm saying? What more could you ask for? Beat our rival. Probably could have been a little bit cleaner. Let's go look at the stats. Player stats. We saw what Will Rogers did. Damn, 10 for 22. What the fuck was you? What was you out here doing when I wasn't playing? Coleman, so what he did. That wasn't even him that scored the touchdown at the end. It was Nada. And then receiving wise, I don't know who is who. I actually don't know who the tight end is. It might be Moore. If I remember correctly from preseason, I think it's Moore that's the tight end. So shout out to him. Like I said earlier, man, Washington, they have really good quarterback development and stuff like that. And then I think they have really good tight ends, actually. But let's go to probably the end of the season. Like I said earlier, I don't see myself playing much more. Well, we'll go to the halfway point. That's what I normally do. Go to the halfway point, see what's going on. Keep recruiting.
Thinking
And there goes the end to another one of my videos. I want to say thank you for watching. See you soon.